When the defense makes a settlement offer to try and settle your medical malpractice case, do they always attach a deadline associated with that offer? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The answer is no. Not always is there a deadline associated with a particular offer. Now, what does this mean? During the course of your lawsuit that you have brought against your careless doctor, claiming that he was careless, causing you significant harm and injury, at any point in the litigation process, which, by the way, can take 2 to 3 years from start all the way to finish, at any point in that litigation process, the defense might approach us and try and begin settlement negotiations. Any time that an offer is made, we are obligated to pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, Mr. Jones, just want to let you know the defense reached out to us. They'd like to start negotiating. Here's their first offer. And now we have to have a discussion about that offer. You may be upset. You may be angry hearing their first offer. Why? Because you perceive in your mind that your injuries are worth so much more. And now you learn for the very first time that the defense thinks your injuries are worth only this amount of money. And because of that, that makes you angry. It makes you upset. And your attorney turns to you and says, wait a second, what makes you believe that your injuries really are worth this amount of money? And you begin to answer the question, and you might have different answers. Maybe you heard about something on TV. Maybe you read something in the newspaper. Maybe one of your neighbors knows somebody who brought a lawsuit who was able to settle their case for X amount of dollars. And you believe that your injuries are much more severe and much more significant, and you believe, therefore, that the value of your case is worth much, much more. Okay, but now when the defense actually makes an offer, do they tell your attorney, hey, listen, if you don't agree to take this money within the next 24 hours, this offer is off the table? The answer most likely in most cases is no. Most of the time when the defense makes an offer, they're doing it as a good faith basis to start or continue negotiations. And now your attorney goes back to the defense lawyer, calls him up and says, listen, we don't accept that particular offer, but if you're willing to go to this number, we might consider, or something along those lines. So now let's go back to the premise of this video. Does the defense often include or always include a deadline associated with their offer? The answer in medical malpractice cases in New York, typically, the answer is no. However, there are certain instances where a defense attorney will say, listen, you have this window within which to make a decision. Go call your client and get back to me with a decision by the end of the day. Get me a decision by the end of the week. Get me a decision by Monday. And if that deadline passes and we have not gotten back to them, there is the possibility that they will actually withdraw that offer. And you might be thinking, wait a second, if they're offering a substantial amount of money, why would they take that money back? Why would they withdraw it? It could be a negotiation strategy. That could be one reason. 2, there could be ego and emotion involved with making this particular offer. The defense might feel that they did nothing wrong. However, as a one-time offer, in order to try and get rid of this case, to try and move it along, they're willing to make an offer. However, you've got to accept it within the next couple of days. If you don't, forget it. All bets are off the table, the litigation goes forward, and now we'll see you at trial. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you a sense of what really happens in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I recognize and I understand you're likely watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207. or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.